Pretend that previous notification didn't happen. I fucked up. Hello, welcome, clams. I'm Champ and you're the chump. Today, as you can tell from whatever, is the big day. I finally got the first version of Blooming Blossoms done, and yes, I'm going to test it. And if you're thinking, are you only going to stream when you test your hacks? The answer to that is a resounding yes, because streaming is very difficult. Now, before we start, I was thinking earlier about Anubis and how when you die, one of the things, well, the only thing he says to you when you come back in the afterlife is, let's measure your heart. And then whatever happens, I didn't remember that part because I forgot it. But I was thinking, like, what if it was like, let's measure your heart? Start the fucking stream. God damn it. Okay. Sorry. I'm so immature. We should have like 0 viewers because I think everyone's in college. Start this shit. Okay. God, I'm not done talking. So, thinking I was just gonna play through a few levels and get some notes down, and then I ended up playing through the whole thing. So, I want footage for devlogs. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna record this all in at least, hopefully, only 1 or 2 sessions. But I have other things I want to do that take just as long. So, hopefully, this can just be quick. Okay, I'm using Parallel because Moopin's freaking out and I don't really want to use it right now. This setup sucks because my microphone's in front of the keyboard. Fix bushes, credits and stuff. This should take like 4 hours. And when I stop to type, I'm writing down notes for things I need to do. Star count, align star coin to coin ring. Oh, right, I never changed that. I've not learned to change the music yet, and that's important because I also need to mix all the tracks of that. Ow. Cheap code, I need to put that in general. I now know how to make him chase you, which is what I'm gonna have him do more. Alright, we are live, by the way, I have checked. So, support for the A3 section. Since the way this hack works is going level by level, so as long as I'm not too slow, it shouldn't be a problem. What am I even looking for? Checkpoint. And it works too. Alright. See? Get a little bit of cut of health, but whatever. Turtle. Yeah, this hack mostly... I forgot I have the fast forward button. I keep pressing that by accident, which is why I don't... I need to change that, because I'm probably going to have to use Parallel permanently. How's the stream look? I didn't check. Well, it looks better than when I used Moopin, amazingly. I think I've already done a lot of revisions on this level, because this looks way different from the original, if you remember that. Ah. Nope. Notepad code is still broken. But it was really cool that I managed to do that. Cool. I have the music turned down a lot because I want to hear myself, and headphones I have are a little different than the ones I normally use, so words. I also have the microphone in a different place, so if I sound a little off, just let me know. Whenever someone ends up out of their college class. I did grab star. Redesign, rocks to grass sections. I think this whole level is going to be revamped. I think this was the first new level I made for this hack, so it doesn't look as good as the later models start to. And that's fine. It's going to be polished a lot. There's too many enemies. Tangling a headphone cable, which wouldn't be a problem if I used wireless, but I don't need that in my life right now. Oh, hi. We're not doing that yet. Wing cap box ID fix. I think this level's basically done, honestly. There's some enemies and some other things. I think it's about done in its final stage. Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah, this level looks a lot better than the previous one, which did not look as good. Unfortunately, I haven't fixed the piranha plant thing. I'm just going to remove the code for the music because I don't really feel like getting it to work. This was a hack where I really wanted the extended music stuff, and yeah, it breaks everything, but this was never going to be console compatible in any universe ever, aside from the one where Aglab learns the secrets of. I ruined that joke. But yeah, this level's about done. Maybe except for that texture scene there. Oh. I don't understand why every time a hack comes out, there's like at least 10 people are like, is it console compatible? And I know they're talking about the Everest 64, whatever it is, but do you really need to play it on a CRT? It's like, I know it's a little more authentic. I wouldn't play Super Mario Kart on a fucking flat screen TV that's like thousands of dollars. But at the end of the day, it's like, I don't think Mario 64 hacks really need that fuzz. I forgot what it's called. The thing that ROM hackers use to play Star Road and have it perform at about 6 frames per second. I should add one up here. Invisible block. Oh yeah. I gotta add I have invisible 1-up blocks in this hack, and I'm adding them to each level for fun. EverDrive. That's what I'm thinking of. Alright, next new level. And plus, I also understand something I learned about why Mupen was freaking out on me. Hey, was that on N64 emulators and old ones, they assume you're playing for some reason with a controller with C buttons, which no one does anymore. So when I flicked my controller because of the drift, it would sometimes just start flicking right on the C stick over and over again, which is the only reason I'm using parallel for the stream, because I don't want to fight with that. And that's just not fixable. But I guess if you want that authentic experience for some reason, you can do it on EverDrive. Right, the supports beams under here have bad texturing. You could barely see it. And parallel is kind of annoying. Is the rule that for speedrunning you still have to use Project 64 still the main thing? Because I get that rule a tiny bit, but I never really understood. Yeah, I used Mupen. The only reason is because the texturing on Mupen looks a little better than Project. And Project, I don't know. Not for ROM hacks. Oh, that makes way more sense. No! Yeah, I hate 1.6 Project 64. It's just too... It reminds me of how Editor feels sometimes, where sometimes I'm like, this feels too loose. But yeah, we are returned to, ignore that. I might actually change the model entirely of the boxes, make them something really funky. I don't need to do this. What I will say is, I don't know if you heard that. That sounded like a dinosaur. I think it was just the janitor, unless they're a werewolf, in which case that's two things they have to worry about. But I also learned that the neighbor that in one of my devlogs knocked on this wall right here moved out a long time ago, so, or at least I think they did. So that was just one of the managers of the building just kind of knocking for fun. I guess they heard me, because it was a very soft knock. I've yet to have one of my neighbors be like, "Can you shut the fuck up yet?" But if the guy on the right wants to do it, then he can have a little discussion with me about stealing my fucking grocery order, taking my goddamn cream Pepsi. That was not that expensive, and to be honest, I know he does like... He fucking brought me my goddamn shipped order, so he knew it was mine. And that's why he took it, because he knew that I came out to him. What was I talking about? That was me and your walls? Ah, okay. Well, just be a little quieter next time. You scared me. As I was saying, oh, there's untextured bitches in here. But as I was saying, of all the N64 emulators I used, 1964 and Nemu 64 were the most accurate to what I remember playing for the Wii Virtual Console. Nemu I used, I think, because when I first started playing Mario 64, it was on emulator. I wanted to make bloopers, but I had no idea what I was doing, and I couldn't get Project 64 to work, so I used Nemu. But Mupen was my favorite of all of them because, I don't know, Mupen RR specifically was just always the best. It looked the best, it played the best before I got a controller that was good. I was talking for so long I completely forgot to write down notes. This level's like almost perfect. There's a bunch of custom pipe colors, so I need to have that done. New Marshall and Majesty. Oh, I still have my mini Pepsi. Because it got stolen and I was mad and I was like, well, I can't buy a full container. I walked here, so I'll just buy the mini. I already have some of this written down. Don't tell King Toad. Oh, is he a Pepsi hater? I understand. It is a very cringe. I don't know. He'd be even more angry to learn it's Pepsi Zero, because if I drink sugar drinks, I have to go to the bathroom like a million times. Is he a Coke stan, or is it just because the Kendall Jenner ad? Because that's half the reason why people don't like Pepsi. And again, I don't blame him. Beneath textures, blank thing. I have a nephew who's also, yeah, super into Coke and addicted. And I don't understand it, because that shit's super acidic, and it makes me throw up, but that's not the drink's fault. Coke more than water? So does my nephew! Oh my god, they would be best friends! Who's dissing my Pepsi? Welcome, Crash. And to answer your question, the world is. Oh, I gotta fix these ugly pillar textures. I already read that. Prince Benev, Civil War. Them too? What countries aren't in turmoil, besides Switzerland? I don't even know what's happening in mine anymore. Just... I got tired of paying attention. It's like, goddamn. They've successfully cut Social Security, so that's seems to be the breaking point, but I don't give a shit. I wasn't going to have any anyway. I did it again, where I played the level and enjoyed it, and then I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot to take notes. France can suck my stupid ass. Don't you live there, or was that a myth? Was that a myth? Or are you just French? Or, and this is a big question, are you an alien? There are aliens living on Earth. What do you guys think of this purple pond texture? I'm thinking of changing it. It's kind of lava-y. I do believe in aliens now. Not going to explain why. Oh, this level's so ugly. All the plants are off. These fish are not done. I'm going to have them, like, act like the... Which one, the lower one or the upper one? The upper one. The lower one, I might change too. It kind of looks like glass. The upper one in the ponds. I'm a Crashman, neither of these low-tier races. I understand that. At least you're not an alien. Okay, well, we established that. I'm going to continue with the meatloaf. Upper one is too much blank space. Yeah, I figured. I don't know about the bottom one. I kind of like that. It looks like glass, but only out of... What am I talking about? No, I don't. These fish, they're okay. They took, like, a day to model, but... They're going to act like the Super Mario World ones where they kind of follow you. And I'm going to have jumping ones in this level because I figured out how to make things do. You'll see that later in the hack. This whole level, this was actually intended for the original Blossoming Buds. But I thought it was too ugly and scrapped it. And this is like the repolished version, but I didn't put much effort into it. Because I made the decision to have like, god damn it, 32 levels. And I was like, well, I don't want to spend too much time on any particular level. Game bodies by them cheaps. They're very intrusive. Don't make fun of me. I'll sue you. I like this level. I accidentally fat-fingered the speed up button. That is how you play the level. I really did try to focus on like Super Mario World, where the first time you're just playing it, and then the times you come back you have all the skills, so it's a little trickier. I know people are going to be like, red coins, but whatever. I like them. Alright, this is the first level I think generally looks like one of my best. Like, I love the way this one looks, minus some tweaks that I can do. Rock on pillar thing, fix, add more pillars. And this works. Okay, I gotta fix some of the sound effects of, custom objects, because you'll see it later because it's consistent in this level. The program I used, the function I used. Oh, there might be a skip here. Something to keep in mind. I used a function that's for sound effects where you can just use the raw ID, but that interlaps with the other sound effects because it's layered as opposed to what the other sound effects do, which is... I have no idea how to write them. Here it is. Never mind, not yet, I guess. I have like one speedrun trick in this hack already, because I like speedruns, alright? What can I say? And I like to see people find tricks of them. And these little lava ball monsters, yeah, they work fine, honestly. They're supposed to flip upside down, but they don't, so whatever. Yeah, in 6.2, there's like one that I've been using when I'm impatient and I want to get through the level, which is bad for testing, obviously. So you'll see it when I die, because that level is enormous. I don't even think I have one. I do have one. It's mine. You think you have just one. Oh, he's onto me. I need to add cracks to this bridge. I wrote this down. The one difference between this hack and Uranium, especially while streaming it, is there's actually not as many problems. This hack kind of turned out really well, and when I was playing it on my first playthrough, I really was like, man, there's not much to focus on. This is going to be way quicker. Yeah, there, you just heard it. It was the bonk sound. Assuming the audio levels are matched. I learned how to do these lifts. I don't know. Game's pretty quiet. Okay. I have it turned down on my end because my audio sucks. No, I'm kidding. It's very quiet. Okay. How about that? How's that? Sorry. I was almost gonna do it in the red, but I was also like, well, I don't know who's watching. It could be the cops. This level I'm very excited to show off. I've been... this one took the longest, and it's based off a Yoshi's Island level. It's got these balloons that generate... I didn't know how to randomize their... well, actually, their movement is randomized, but if it was drastic, this would be a lot harder of a level. Okay, that's good. And they change color every time they spawn. And you may notice at the spawn down in the bottom right, you'll see a flash of the balloon, because I couldn't get the assembly function to work, so I used Hex, and it's a lot laggier. Very fun level to work on, I gotta be honest. Oh, I should add plants. High elevation plants. And I don't have room to show the notes on screen because I like to have it very wide. I need at least one of these star coins that float, and they're very hard. This was like the one thing I wanted to make the hack for. I don't like... It's funny too, because I don't even like that Yoshi's Island level, but I love the balloons. Oh, and the popping animation's a little... schmumpy. And these clouds are supposed to move, but I broke the code, so they don't. I've always wanted to have the star coins where they, appear on the top right. And, I'm happy it's a vanilla feature I can just have. And yeah, these balloons are meant to be on the harder side. I base the difficulty of this hack a lot on the original. Oh, I should add a Y speed so it like boosts you out. Y speed to boost you on balloon. This is probably my favorite level in the game though. I did really well at that. That normally does not happen. I think these trees are brand new for this level actually. It's very fun making trees. I'm such an exciting and interesting person. On the boulevard of broken codes. I can't do a Phineas and Ferb impression. I walk a lonely road, the only road that I could never code. Sorry if I keep running into the microphone. I don't have much room on this new desk. I had to sacrifice my old gigantic one when I moved out, and I was so sad. That was my favorite desk in the world. It was so nice, and I didn't even realize it until I didn't have it. I mean, this new desk is nice, but it's not long enough, and this apartment's small. And my neighbors steal my drink! That Walmart decided to send separately, despite the whole order. I blame Walmart for that, honestly. That was so annoying. They just didn't tell me that that one part of the order was going to be separate. Right after they told me, they took something out, and the thing they took out was like 30-cent salsa that they could have just gotten in a different size. But no, they had to sacrifice the end of my Pepsi, which got left out for 3 hours. That's why my neighbor took it, and when he did, he sighed loudly. So clearly he knew I would know, and I just not gonna blame him because it's Walmart's fault. I didn't write any notes for that level. New version of the ugly cave level. Very, very different here. Also, let me know if the music in this track is too loud, because it was very loud when I first imported it. Brighten up slightly. Yeah, because I didn't expand the, music track. But now I did, and so I was like, oh, that's what it's supposed to sound like. I remember Crash was like kind of disappointed when the track wasn't working. I was like, what's it supposed to sound like? Ignore that glitch in the bottom right. I haven't fixed it yet. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that. The one thing I need to add to this hack is every time you enter an area, I want it to flash text saying what the name of the area is. Oh yeah, they look very pretty. And they're from the DS version, so they look slightly different. But I want that opening text at the beginning of the levels. The problem is that doing that non-decomp is extremely finicky and difficult. So I'm gonna have to tinker with it, or ask someone else if it's even possible, and be told, nope, it's not possible. Yeah, this is way easier than testing out uranium. That hack was a fucking mess. But this is relaxing, and yeah, I don't need that recovery heart there, but it's gonna stay. And there it was again. I'm gonna move the checkpoint. I actually don't really know when this song ever ends, to be honest. Pretty sure it doesn't, because I swear I've never heard the whole thing. Because it just kind of keeps going. Oh, never mind, we found it. We found the loop. What was I gonna say? The music here goes on forever. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Because it just kind of keeps going. Oh, never mind, we found it. We found the loop. Because I had to lock in and find a new skip. Because it just kind of keeps going. Oh, never mind, we found it. We found the loop. This is probably my favorite of the new levels. It's called Floyd's Tomb. There's not much to fix here, because it kind of came out perfect. Well, no it didn't, it came out terrible, and then I remade it, and I was like, wow, this is perfect. I wish I had crystals. And I remember that when I made Violet Stars for the first time, I made a weird rule that I wanted to use the Crystal Cavern theme in every hack I made. Not really sure why, but even though I failed that operation, I do plan on bringing that trend back, because my young child self had some wacky ideas. And I'm not going to say where the name Floyd's Tomb came from, but I will say that when this level is done, it will make a little more sense, provided you get what it's from. This was a very fun level to make. It's very beautiful. Isn't Cosmic Crystals the name of Mario 54321's Machinima series? That was like really, really cinematic. It's not my MIDI, but I think it turned out okay. Maybe just a slight tempo increase. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. And these fish are a little buggy. Well, the green one is. What's the red one? Oh, I do still have the star coin. I forgot it saves between levels. Okay. Both cheap codes are broken. Yeah, you guessed it. I've always wanted to use this theme, but no one ever made a MIDI of it, despite it being amazing. I'm gonna change those chains to something else. Yeah, for some reason these fish don't work. I don't know why. And also, you don't lose health underwater, so this level's not that stressful. It's actually pretty relaxing. Which I think makes sense, especially for what I'm basing this hack off of. Yeah, I think the port turned out alright, but it doesn't have the proper loop predicates and all that. You can see the problem is the chirp code is perfectly fine. It works well, the damage predicates are off. This guy works fine. That's the only jumping green fish in the hack. Just one of those scrimblers. I'm playing the main route here, the main campaign. Hi. That wasn't from Mario getting hit, that was from me moving my legs after an hour and feeling the burn. I actually had plans to edit videos from WSRM. I can't play this hack today. For the race of uranium and for the blind race. I wanted to do those. Well, once I have the proper banks, I can actually add proper enemies from water levels. Like the clam and the clam. And I wanted to edit those, along with, I think, another just random stream. Hopefully when I do water objects, I can actually get these bombs to look like bombs. But I might have to modify the clam model. Make it a little thicker, if you guys know what I mean. Is clam chowder made of actual clams, or Is that just a myth? Probably the laziest level in the hack. I think I should stop rambling. Going a little insane. Yeah, you just haven't made a hack where you have to make way too many level models. And you eventually reach a point where you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make some bricks. And also, I'm not able to get a job because of stupid bullshit in my area, which is the only reason this hack took so fast. Because I should have a job, but they're not fucking applying. There's a big hiring freeze for no reason. Which there's been for the past, like, 2 years. Oh. And that's just, like, really annoying, because it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I have savings, thank God, but... God. Hire some fucking people. I know, the job market is cringe. And yeah, this hack, I started it in September, with, like, 2 months where I wasn't working on it, so... Which, maybe on and off, I guess, is a better term for it. My parents were wondering that for all of us, too. Oh no. Spoilers. Oh, I didn't even mention this. Goombella is helping with the editing in the thing because she's in this, so... She's there for, what's that called? DEI? Sorry. She's there for woke. Yeah, the dry fish. That was actually one of my favorite models to make. I think it's a little too big, though. And it's not supposed to be there. I was testing the models when I learned how to add multiple banks into 7. And I learned it has a limit. And this level, stupid, in the original Blossoming Buppies, it's called Purple Forest. But the model I originally named was Haunted Crawls, which is way cooler, and I don't know why I changed. This level looks perfectly fine. Just one of those cases where it's like, there's not really much to do here. 31. Did I forget a star? Wow. Yeah. Oh, I did. Okay. Oh my god, it's still there. Oh. I'm glad sub areas fixed that at some point. And here's some dry eels. They are a little broken. And here we have, and they actually do work. Like, they move and chase you. They're very slow. And I might make them smaller. I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, he turns around. I gotta fix that a little. No, get away from me. That's just the way it crumbles. I think all the notes I have for this level are all written down, so I don't really need to do much. Except vibe. Vibe. I was gonna add, like, rocks. Probably ghost rocks, I don't know. The way I write notes is not very helpful for my future self. But he's not here, so fuck him. So this next part, if you don't want to spoil, look away and I'll tell you when to look back. It's also not done, so it's not like it matters anyway. And must suck for speedrunners, but, you know, concessions in this world of cruelty. And this is my favorite level in the whole hack. I wanted to use the Pianta Village theme, but I couldn't get the MIDI to work, so we're using this instead. Which is a better version of the Star Event 7 hub. I've always wanted to make a tree level like this with the netting and stuff, but I did in Indigo Island and a little bit in Mushroom Cup, but they weren't really like... Oh, my favorite version. They weren't the version I wanted, and this still isn't. This is just a little closer, but I do have a version of this idea, and one day I will make a full level out of it. I probably should have put that spoiler tag at the beginning. But, like, who cares? Oh my god, I just got an idea for what I wanted to do with this level. Something. Words. Provided you want to and have the time. I know you all are going through, like, college, trade school, the dark forces. That sound effect weirdly works very reliably. Not sure why. I know Andrew has, like, college, which is basically, like, takes 7 hours of math and get a C-, and you might get a job, or you might not, who knows? Did spend 15 hours playing Kaizo on Saturday? Ah. Okay. You're free, for the most part. It's not like this hack's really long anyway, it's like 4 hours. It's funny the way I'm playing this, because I should be testing it thoroughly, but I'm just not. Let's have a nice sip of mini pep.